How Lee Min-ho asserted his love for Song Hye Kyo right before Song Joong-ki. No room for doubt. What really happened when these three titans of Korean drama stood in the same room? With eyes watching and hearts pounding, Lee Min-ho made a move so bold. It left no space for second guesses. The tension was electric, the silence, deafening, and the message? Crystal clear. Let's uncover the full story behind this dramatic moment, only on Red Carpet Revealed. In a city where secrets are tucked beneath tailored suits and diamond-studded gowns, where the gleam of celebrity masks deeper truths, few could have predicted that one of Korea's most prestigious nights would be the setting for a moment that would unravel hearts and histories in front of a stunned audience. The 2025 Blue Dragon Prestige Awards had promised glamour, but instead, it delivered something far more raw, an unscripted reckoning, wrapped in tension and laced with emotional peril. Beneath the shimmering opulence of Seoul's Grand Horizon Hall, where chandeliers glimmered like constellations and the elite floated from one conversation to the next with studied grace, something cracked open, and it began with a name. Lee Min-ho. And he did not wait for his cue. Song Hye Kyo's entrance had been planned with military precision. Every angle of her silver Dior gown calculated. Every wave of her hand choreographed. Every step beside Song Joong-ki timed to provoke precisely the reaction it received. It was, on the surface, a triumphant return of the golden couple, once shattered by public divorce. Now seemingly reassembled, Song Joong-ki, in his charcoal Armani suit, appeared calm, even amused, as he escorted her down the long velvet aisle of flashbulbs and whispers. Their eyes met often, but not long enough to tell if the intimacy was real or rehearsed. No one questioned the narrative. After all, who would dare? Two of Korea's most beloved actors, back together, smiling as if no pain had ever passed between them. The applause was thunderous when they took their seats. But several rows behind them, a different story was quietly simmering. Lee Min-ho had arrived unnoticed, a shadow slipping in through the rear entrance just minutes before the ceremony began. His expression unreadable, his hair neatly parted, his silence a presence all its own. He sat alone. There were no rumors of his attendance. No public connection between him and Song Hye Kyo since their joint humanitarian mission in Kenya nearly a year ago. But those who remembered that trip, those who had seen the way they spoke to each other when cameras weren't rolling, knew something had shifted between them then. A bond had formed. What no one expected was that bond to become a declaration. When Song Hye Kyo's name was called for Best Actress, the room erupted in applause. She rose, luminous beneath the golden spotlight, and walked to the stage with the poise of a queen returning to her throne. Her voice, smooth and clear, carried through the marble hall as she began to speak. But after only a few words, a sound interrupted her, a chair, scraping, and then footsteps, slow, certain. Lee Min-ho was walking toward the stage. Gasps echoed like ripples. No one moved to stop him. Song Hye Kyo stood frozen, clutching the glass award with both hands. Her eyes widened, not in fear, but something closer to disbelief. He stopped just below the stage, looked up, and spoke. For too long, I've kept quiet, not out of fear, but out of respect. But tonight, in front of everyone, I'm asking you not as an actress, but as the woman I've loved. Quietly, relentlessly, Hye Kyo, choose your truth, not the one the world expects. The one that lives here. He placed his hand over his chest. The room fell into a silence so thick it swallowed the music. Song Hye Kyo didn't speak. Not at first. Her hands trembled, and for a moment it looked as though the award would slip from her grasp. Then her eyes searched the crowd, until they found Song Joong-ki. He sat still, no expression, no movement, only the soft clench of his jaw betrayed him. Song Hye Kyo took a breath. Her lips parted, then closed. She stepped down from the stage, and the world seemed to slow. She walked, not to Joong-ki, not back to the microphone, but to where Lee Min-ho stood. The distance was short, but every step was agony. She paused before him, and in the silence that followed, she did something no scriptwriter could have invented. She took his hand. The rest of the evening unraveled in silence. Song Joong-ki stood, alone. He left without a word. No cameras followed him. No questions were asked. Only the echo of his footsteps remained, a sound more haunting than anything Lee Min-ho had said. At the after-ceremony reception, Song Hye Kyo and Lee Min-ho were seen together, but not smiling. Their faces were solemn, their movements reserved. No spectacle, no dramatic kisses, only quiet conversation, shared beneath the shadows of the moonlit terrace. Here's a glimpse into a moment that needed no words. No headlines, just two hearts quietly aligned beneath the sunlight. A rare and beautiful scene where Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo weren't actors. Weren't icons, just two people. Completely present, completely real. Seoul's Bukchon Hanok Village Park is known for its winding stone paths, its slow afternoons, and the way sunlight filters through the cherry blossoms like whispers of spring. It's the kind of place where time slows down, where tourists snap pictures of hanoks and elderly couples feed birds beneath the trees. But this Tuesday, one unsuspecting passerby captured something else entirely. A photo, not of the skyline, not of the architecture, but of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, walking, talking, holding hands. No masks, no hats, no bodyguards, no disguises, no attempt to hide. They looked like two people completely unaware of the world around them, or perhaps no longer afraid of it. The photo that broke the internet, gently. The picture wasn't taken by paparazzi. It wasn't leaked by an insider. It was shared by a university student, who posted it with a simple caption. They looked so peaceful I almost didn't recognize them. In the photo, Lee Min-ho is in a cream sweater and light jeans. His head tilted slightly toward Song Hye Kyo, who wears a soft beige trench coat. Their fingers are interlaced. A soft smile plays on her lips. They're mid-laughter, and everything around them, the park, the breeze, even the sunlight, feels like it's paused to watch. There is no tension, no pretense, just a moment. From scandal to storybook. Within an hour, the image had spread across the internet. Major outlets picked it up. Not with clickbait headlines, but with respectful curiosity. Gone were the words, controversy, speculation, and drama. In their place, serenity, closure, something beautiful. And then came the public comments, not accusations or debates, but blessings. Thousands. People didn't ask if they were together. They simply celebrated that they were. A top comment from a longtime fan read, "They don't owe us a love story, but it's a privilege to witness one." No apology, no explanation, no need. Neither Lee Min-ho nor Song Hye Kyo released a statement. Their agencies remained silent, and yet, for the first time in years, silence didn't fuel rumors, it brought peace. Industry insiders began quietly referring to the photo as the curtain drop, not in the sense of an ending, but as the final act in a long, unspoken play, the moment where the truth no longer needs to be defended or hidden. As one anonymous source close to both stars put it, they've already said everything they needed to, just not in words. The quiet power of choosing simplicity. In an age where celebrity relationships are dissected to the bone, every blink and breath analyzed, this moment stood out because it wasn't orchestrated. There was no magazine cover, no mutual follow on Instagram, no airport sighting with matching luggage. Just two people walking side by side, in the sunlight, in public, unbothered. And maybe that's why it struck such a chord. It didn't look like a PR move. It looked like freedom, the most beautiful ending of the year. As the image continues to circulate, fans have unofficially dubbed it the most beautiful ending of the year. Not because a story ended, but because a new one finally began. In a way, the photo gave closure, not just to rumors and speculation, but to an entire chapter of media frenzy. It offered something rarely found in celebrity culture: authentic resolution.